Hello and welcome to a brand new Terrace House podcast. This is going to be kind of awkward actually because it's the introduction episode because the new season starts next week. So we thought we'd do a first little introduction. So did you want to go first?
Nice to meet you. My name's Kira. はじめまして。私は Kira と申します。
Hey, and I'm Daryl, or Dazza, as I am known on everywhere. We currently both live in Japan, and we've been watching Terrace House since how long ago?
I think it was the first Tokyo season.
The first Netflix season.
Yeah, we started watching, and we started watching in Australia. We weren't in Tokyo yet.
And when was that? Was that 2015, 2016? It was roughly around there.
God, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Terrace House has controlled our lives for so long we forget when our overlord started.
Our Tokue overlord. No, Yamasato overlord. Yama-chan.
No, Tori-chan overlord.
Tori-chan. She's just a bird. She's just a bird. So, yes, so we decided to do a podcast on the brand new Tokyo 2019-2020 season coming out next week. We're going to be doing it a little bit differently than other podcasts have done it. So what they normally do is they just do a recap of the episode and all that sort of stuff. But we thought, because there's a Japanese couch talking about the episode, and on the Japanese Netflix there's like a commentary where they talk about the episode while it's airing, we could do an English one.
Yeah, that's not hard, right?
No, we can sit down, have a few drinks, turn on Netflix, and do a episode by episode commentary.
I think we've thrown ourselves in a bit deep here.
We have, and considering this episode, these seasons are 50 episodes long or so, it's a real commitment.
By the end of it, we're going to be either raging or dead.
Depending on what happens. Depends if there's a meat incident, or a Rico pin incident, or a sock incident.
Which is worse?
I think the socks was worse.
Why was the socks worse?
I think it was just the dishonesty between all the girls.
See, I think there was no problem. With the meat incident, it was obviously a problem.
Oh, yeah, you don't eat someone's meat.
With the Rico incident, it was obviously a problem. With the socks, it was just you bought me socks, but you didn't really mean it when you gave me the socks. Did you not have the emotion behind it? You lied to me. Why?
So, in saying that, what is actually your favourite moment from Terrace House? Because we've watched all of Terrace House. So, spoilers, I guess.
Yeah, spoilers. If you haven't watched Terrace House, and you don't plan to, good, keep listening. If you haven't watched all of Terrace House...
including the Japanese seasons.
Yep. Then you can watch that, or you can just listen along.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, right?
Yeah, so what is your favourite moment from Terrace House history?
Man, I don't really have, a favourite moment, but there are some very emotional moments that have stuck with me. I think number one is the Rico pin incident.
With Hayase Saito and, yeah, the idol, yeah.
The idol incident. The reason that stuck with me is because that cliffhanger, I remember the entire week, I was just like, what happened? What happened? What happened? I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then finally, when they did the next episode, it ended up just completely over the top what I thought it was going to be. It was such a surprise kind of thing.
It was very shocking.
Yeah.
No, I understand. And, I mean, afterwards it kind of, fizzled out.
Yeah.
Of course, because that's just how it works. Because it's unscripted. Mildly scripted. Mildly produced friendly. Producers nudging.
It's viewer friendly. It doesn't show all of the day-to-day and boring things.
Yes.
It induces drama. The situation induces drama.
Yeah, I think the Rico pin incident was the first big Terrace House thing as well. Especially what we saw.
Yeah.
It was the big first moment where we were just like, oh, they're not showing everything. Wow, they went behind the backs. Wow, these guys are assholes.
Actually, I'm gonna cut in. I do have a favorite moment. And it's with Armin in the first Tokyo series. When I can't remember who it was that was with him.
Was it Arisa?
No, when they were skateboarding.
Martha?
No, it was a guy. It was a guy. But the guy came home and he was like, guys, it was Armin. He was taken away in an ambulance.
Oh,
He
God.
got in an accident. He was hurt. And the guy was like crying. I can't remember his name. Oh my god.
That doesn't matter.
And then 2 seconds later, Arm walks in the door, covered in like bandages and band-aids, and like, hey, what's up? How are you? And everyone is just having a go at him. Like, how dare you make us worry about this?
And then the panel after was just like, you know, he was an idiot because he wasn't wearing a helmet and skateboarding on the street.
Yeah. But that moment of just like the build-up and emotional build-up and then just being like, you're an idiot. Okay, so what's your favourite Terrace House moment?
My favourite moment would have to be in the original series. It's not on Netflix around the world, but it's we've seen it and you can watch it, technically. And it is, of course, the Daiki incident, where he goes to the doctor and they tell him the bad news and he can't box ever again. That's like his last match. And the moment there was just so gripping, and it, as the panel said, it felt like a drama.
Yeah. But, like, I understand everything that was going on. Because, like, when I was growing up, some of my family's into combat sports, and they do combat sports and stuff like that. And I've had that happen, where they've gone to the doctor and they're like, you can't do this. It's so difficult on your body, you just can't do it. And it really does. It kind of breaks people.
It does, and you could see the emotion on Daiki's face, and it was perfect. It was shot perfectly, it was edited perfectly, and it made me cry so much.
Yeah.
But for happy moments, I liked Kitsure and Tetchan on their first date, where he goes to hold her hand, and she goes, Yada!
Was that happy? Was that really happy for all the parties involved?
Not for Tetchan.
Nah.
But I enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. It was very entertaining.
So we've talked about our favourite moments. Which of the panellists, the Japanese panellists, do you think you like the most?
I mean, for me personally, I have to go with Yama-chan. He says what he thinks, and he's normally right most of the time.
Really?
Well, he's normally like the most cynical of the bunch, and usually that's what happens. And when when his plan comes to fruition, the look he has on his face is the best. What about you, though? What's your favourite member?
Again, I can't pick favourites. It's too difficult. I mean, I do love Tori.
Who doesn't love Tori?
I know. She's an angel.
I think all of them are pretty perfect in their own ways. Like, Tokue is amazing.
Tokue, I, like, relate with the most.
Yeah. So, we've spoken about our favourite members and stuff, and hopefully you guys can let us know who your favourite members are, what your favourite moments are, before next week when the first episode comes along. We're so excited for it.
Speaking of the new episode, we're gonna have a quick look at the trailer, because we haven't actually watched it yet.
No, we waited to do it on podcast so we can do it as we are going to do the actual show. And we are watching English subtitled version. Because most of the episodes actually come out with English subtitles in Japan.
Yeah.
So we're quite lucky we can watch it week by week here. Sorry for you guys that live internationally. They have to wait for the episodes to come out. But, so, let's get into the actual trailer. And go. That's a pretty shot of the Olympic Stadium.
Oh!
That's a nice house.
That looks very similar to the
second Shonen one.
Her legs are cute.
They look very Tokyo.
Yeah, they do.
It looks like Tokyo. That's a nice pool.
The problem is they look like Tokyo kids. That guy with the beard, he seems interesting.
Kaori. Oh, I'm so excited for Tokyo again.
Yeah.
Mite ne. Oh, didn't really show us very much, did it?
Not really. It did show us kind of what they look like, or at least what they're like.
There's like a musician. There's a redhead girl.
Redhead? Really?
Yeah, at the table there was a girl with red hair.
I didn't see that. No, I was paying attention to other things.
There's some other guys. So obviously it's probably going to be like the actor, the model.
The musician.
The musician. So there's the creative type. And there's a pool.
Yep.
A loft pool.
A pool.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like they're in a house though. It looks like they're actually in the city though. Like in a penthouse or something.
Maybe.
Don't actually know where it is though.
I have no idea.
Like,
I wonder when people will find out where it is.
I assume like they'll do a shot of the house in the first episode. And give us like an overview of it.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Considering how quickly people find the house, they might try to keep it very close to the belt.
Yeah, they had a problem in the first Netflix season where people found the house and they went there. Same with the Lower Estate, actually. I think they actually had like a real issue of people going to the house and like knocking on the door. I
actually heard with the latest season that they posted guards. They had guards out there.
They had guards?
Yeah. For the property.
Really? Like that house was really far out.
I can't remember where I heard it. I think one of my friends was saying that one of her friends wanted to visit the house, and then she found where the house was, but there were security guards there.
Wow. Well, then I would imagine if it's an apartment or something in Tokyo, then they would have like some sort of like concierge or something.
Yeah, a security desk or something of the other type.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks like Terrace House. Just in Tokyo again, which is I'm excited. I like Karuizawa, but I felt like it was too much in the house, and there wasn't enough outside. There wasn't enough activities for them to do. Anytime they went out for activities, they just went to Tokyo.
I don't know. I felt like most of the people there had high standards.
That was that too, yeah.
Whereas, like, even if they were interested in someone, they were very like, oh, well, if he's not perfect straight away, or if she's not perfect straight away, then, you know, I don't want to date them.
Yes, Mr. Old takes off his mustache guy. But yeah, so that's the Terrace House English Couch podcast. We'll be here again this time next week.
Yep.
For the first episode.
Are you excited? Because I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Rounding it off, where can they find you if they want to follow you anywhere?
Okay, so I'll give you my Twitter, which is @theAnnieTess.
And you can find me on Twitter @Dr. Dazza as well, where we'll be posting all the news for the the podcast and where you can find it and stuff like that as it starts building up. Yep. So, until then, konbanwa.
Konbanwa. Why konbanwa?